I guess I could have contacted a Walmart representative and asked permission to keep it up, but I'm not doing all that. If you're lucky enough to get a visual of it, then great. If not, I apologize. So we don't have any lengthy trains here today. Usually this area here, well, you can see in the background, you can see some pretty long trains, but right along here they got trains that are forever and ever and ever. Like I said, I seen a train that was a total of 152 cars in total. That's the longest train I've ever seen personally myself. 152 cars total. Yeah, I'm the type that if I see the beginning of a train, I'll actually sit there and have a cigarette and wait for the train and count the cars, just out of curiosity. Again, if you guys have any advice on how I can make these videos more intriguing, more appealing, by all means, drop something in the comment. Give me your advice. I'm not saying I'll take it, but I'll definitely take it into consideration anyways. I'm new to this. I'm learning just like everybody else. And just like I tell everybody, you know, when you take on something new, you don't learn it overnight. It took you a year to learn how to walk. It took you a year to learn how to talk. So, you know, to get this thing down pat, to do as good of a job as other YouTubers do, it'll probably take me a year. You know, you make mistakes, you learn by them. People give you advice, you take them into consideration, try them, see if they work. If they don't, then you know. If at first you don't succeed, try a different approach. Very nice, very nice. We're standing on like a little steel sight thing, type thing. Nice, relaxing. All right, let's continue. Yeah, any advice I will gladly take into consideration. If you are wondering what's making me hack, I can imagine you could probably just guess. But the reason for it, and there is one, like I said in earlier one of the videos, I am riddled with arthritis, tendonitis, and bursitis. And my doctor has told me to keep active so I don't seize up. I do a little bit of smoking. The CBD helps with the pain, discomfort, and whatnot. So I actually do this for medicinal purposes. I'm not gonna lie though, I enjoy the other part of it as well. But it's not just because I'm a stoner. There is medicinal purposes to it as well. I'm not a big fan of the pharmaceutical industry, especially after the last 4 years of, yeah, you know. Already. Now, when I come back from my daughter's, or normally when I come back and forth from that area, I usually go up 50th Avenue because I actually live in the Dover area. So me to drive to 17th Avenue into the Forest Lawn area, I'm gonna have to end up backtracking back to my house. So I don't normally come this route. I usually jump off at 50th Avenue back there. But considering we're exploring, I decided I'd take you for a ride and we'll come up to 17th and do a little backtracking. That's alright. This might be the only time we travel along this bike path. I don't normally take this bike path ever, because if I go downtown, I start at the bike path at 17th Avenue and then I go from there. And then when I'm going to my daughter's, I start at the bike path at 50th Avenue and go that way that we just came from. So riding along this bike path, I think I've only done it twice. So this bike path I don't very often travel. There's downtown Calgary again, behind the trees there. Here we have one of those long trains I'm talking about. Then on this side we have a big staff access only. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what that is. I see people over there though. I wonder if I could have got in there somehow. It says staff only though. And they don't look like staff over there. They look like pedestrians cruising through the bike or paths. I don't know. I don't know what this place is. I have no idea. Should we go in and explore? Find out what it is? I could always ask that dude right there. How do I get in there? I don't know if you see it, but there's a wire across there, so I couldn't just cut through there. See, there's a wire there too I can't cut through. Excuse me? Hello? Can I just ask you, what is this place? Sanctuary. Yeah, okay, thank you.